Hey guys, I got something really cool for you today. So my son-in-law was out here near Okmulgee, Oklahoma at this wildlife management area, and they were hunting for coyotes. And I'll put a link to in the description to his website or his YouTube channel if you're into hunting and guns and things like that. But he said that they stumbled across some old foundations, and so of course, as a treasure hunter, as an old metal detectorist, I got pretty excited about that. And so I asked him where it was, and he showed me. And so I found the oldest map that I could for the area, which is this 1956 aerial photo. And this is the area in which he saw some of those old foundations. And you can see this light colored area here shaped like a rectangle. But I also noticed this round circular feature, and then also very faint, but see where the hand is here, I'm outlining a rectangular feature too. I'm going to zoom in just a hair and we'll take a look at that a little closer. So there's that circular feature, and then you can see better now this outline, this rectangular outline here, maybe even some hints of some other rectangular sort of what look to be foundational structures. So got me kind of excited thinking, hey, there's some ruins here that were here in 1956, and that's as far back as I can go. This is the middle of Indian country. There's nothing out here, and man, I can't wait to get on the ground and just go see what this might have been. So come along and let's go check it out. Also, before I forget, I wanted to show you that there was an old barn farm maybe out here in this area that's no longer there too. This is that picture from 1956, and if we scroll through the years and look at 1972 next, you can see it's still there and perhaps even still active. But by 1980, it looks like it's really there's nothing there anymore. And of course, today this is just a really overgrown sort of forested region. So there's nothing here any longer. But we're going to go out there. We're going to go on the ground. We're going to do a little searching. Let's see if we can't find some artifacts from this old farm, and then also from that those strange circular and rectangular featured areas. And I'll need your help, trying to decipher from the things that I find what might have been there. So come along. This ought to be a fun thing to do. Okay, so here we are at the circular feature, and hopefully you can pick this out, but it's a really marshy, wet area in a circular formation. Can't tell why yet. This is what it is, but it's really mushy back here. I might try to come back here and see if I can dig up a target or two, but because it's so wet, it might just fill in. The holes may just fill in with water. We'll see. Boy, it's a little tough to detect back in here. So you can see how it turns into a swamp around the circular feature. Really, really strange place. So we'll see if there's some signals out here. Give us some clues. Okay, we got a signal out here in the middle of the swamp. So they're ringing up at 29 on the legend. Kind of a big target. Well, let's see. I'll take you along. I got this root killer here. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully I won't get too muddy. Oh, what a mess, huh? Wow. There is a lot of mud here. Alright, let's get out the pinpointer and see what we can find. What's this? I don't know what that is. A little piece of metal of some kind. I'll have to take it back and clean it up a little bit. Oh, a bit of a surface find here. Looks like an old tin can.
some kind. All shot up, of course. Maybe a old fuel, Coleman fuel can, something along those lines. Alright, so we're leaving this circular feature that's got a swamp moat around it, and we've got a bit of a levee here, and then we're going to go over close to where that other structure was. Okay guys, I think we're getting some clues here. Notice we've got a bunch of oil stained old sandstone through here. There's a little piece of pipe right here. You can see this old railroad ties. You can see the levee all around the edge here. Chunks of barrels. I think what we got here is an old oil field. Maybe they filled this area with oil for a while. That could be what we saw on the aerial photos. But I'm going to detect around here a little bit and see what we can see, and I'll bring you back on if we find something. Well, here's something you don't find every day. An old car, or at least what's left of it. My goodness, this thing has seen the years. Wow, you bet I could find a few pieces of this thing. Here's some barrels. Maybe they were sitting in the bed of this old truck. So this was an old oil field, and there's an old truck from the oil field right there, halfway eaten into the ground, with some old oil barrels still in it. So I think all of these structures out here are just levees that were placed around pools of oil, and then they would drain it off and put it in barrels and ship it out. Looks like here's another piece of an old car. Wow, there's some big iron out here. Okay, found some more ruins here. Looks like maybe some bases for some old oil field equipment. We'll sniff around here a little bit and see if we can find anything. Okay, we got another signal here. This one's ringing up 43, 45, 46, 41. So all over the place, but still worth digging, right? Let's see what we got. See if it's near the surface. Pull out the old AccuPath. Keep you in focus there. Probably a little bigger than a coin, but we'll just see what we can find over here. There's a rock there. Maybe a chunk of concrete. Oh, it's a big chunk of concrete. That out of the way. A lot of roots, obviously, as well. Oh, did we find it? Oh, I think we did. Okay. What's that? Interesting. We'll have to clean it up, and I'll come back and show you guys what I found. Okay, we got a signal here. It's ringing up a 27, 28, 26 on the legend. Man, it's hard to swing around here. These little stubby little twigs just get in the way of everything. But we'll see if we can't find what this thing is. try to bring you along for a live dig here. See if it's near the surface. Get out the hacky point. Yep. Okay. Let's see what we got. Feel it scratching around. Oh wow, look at that. Okay. Big iron ring, looks like. Shouldn't have rang up, but it did. 28. Interesting. Okay. Well, on to the next one. Okay, this one was ringing up as 46 to 51. And it looks like maybe a little bit of a garden hose end. Interesting. All right, let's go to the next one.
So here's our finds from the oil field area. We've got a couple of pieces of lead. These are thin, long strips. I don't know if these were seals for something out there. We've got a bit of a brass fitting that was sawn through. You can see the saw marks through this thing. Some lead spill. Not sure what to think of this thing. Let's see if I can keep you in focus here. It's got a little bit of an arrow on one side. And then there's this thing. Really a mystery item. It says U.S. patent on top, and then down at the bottom, Canada 1941. It's really corroded. This part back here kind of flops around. Some kind of a set screw rubber cap. This thing doesn't unscrew, but it looks like it should. Not sure. What do you guys think? Well, here's our finds from the farm area. This, I think, is an old window sash crank, or at least pieces of one. It's got sort of a square drive going through it, and that worm gear would have turned another gear and turned something else. Got a hose connector, big rivet, aluminum, some kind of pull tab, and then a couple of brass rings. I'm guessing this was horse tack of some kind. And of course, this was a wildlife management area that I was hunting, so lots of that, evidence of that anyway. We have plenty of bullets of different kinds, lead, some flattened, some just projectiles, some full metal jacket here, pull tabs from beer cans. We got a trailer tag here, looks like for a big trailer, and then 5 cents, a couple of Zinkins and a few mid 80s, early 80s pennies. Well, that about wraps it up for our hunt today. As we saw, the structures in the woods turned out to be some old oil-filled levees. But it was kind of cool anyway, you know. It was interesting that we were able to figure that out, you know, based on some of the things that we found there. Big truck, you know, a bunch of oil barrels, of course. Those things definitely give it away. The farm, we found things that made sense for a farm. And not a whole lot of really old things or really cool things. No silver, no gold out there today. So none of that type of treasure. But if you're like me, you really enjoy the history that's associated with our hobby. This being a wildlife management area, we found tons of bullets. We found a few pennies here and there, and plenty of pull tabs off of beer cans. So we added to the beer drinking and the relaxation that was going on out there this weekend, and had a good time anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along and helping us to figure out this mystery, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Y'all have a wonderful day, and God bless.